Wouldn't it be strange if Christ paid the infinite price to die for you, then totally changed your personality and physical features that make you unique when he takes you to heaven? It's your love he wants. Through the unique strains of your personality, you will be what you would have been had the human race never fallen. We will recognize one another by our unique mannerisms, voice intonations, individual personalities. But there will be no taint of sin or disease afflicting you. Here is God's promise found in Isaiah 33 verse 24. And the inhabitant will not say, I am sick. The people who dwell in it will be forgiven their iniquity. Isaiah 35 verse 5 and 6. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb sing. God will open the mouths of people unable to utter a syllable now. Their tongues will be loosened so that they can sing. Think of the joy. Wheelchairs gone. Crutches gone. New life flows through our veins. New life pulsates through our bodies. There's joy and happiness everywhere. Revelation 21 verse 4 reads, And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. My friend, death, sorrow, crying, pain, forever gone. They are history. Here is now a new heaven and a new earth. Revelation 22 verse 1, And he showed me a pure river of water of life, crystal clear, proceeding from the throne of God and the Lamb. My friend, the water of life represents the life of God that satisfies every need. And just as nothing quenches your thirst like water, nothing quenches the inner need for God like God himself. Nothing quenches our spiritual need like God. Revelation 22 verse 2 reads, In the middle of its street, on either side of the river, was the tree of life which bore 12 fruits, each tree yielding its fruit every month. The leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. As we eat from that tree of life, we will be fully, completely made whole. Every bit of mental scarring, because we were in a dysfunctional world, all will be healed by God. All the love we failed to receive now, we will receive then. We will be loved by God, cherished by God, embraced by God, satisfied by God. God himself will hold you close. God himself will whisper in your ear, and you will be fully satisfied. The water of life, the tree of life, will satisfy our deepest ambitions and our inner needs. God will be the source of our inner strength. Isaiah 40 verse 31, But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Sometimes you feel tired here. Sometimes you feel a lack of energy here. Sometimes you feel weary here. But God is going to give you an injection of divine energy. God is going to hook you up to the divine energy machine, the tree of life. And energy will flow through your body. Look at how Isaiah the prophet describes life in this new earth. Isaiah 11 verse 9. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Violence is gone. War is gone. Conflict is over. There is no more strife between nations. They shall not hurt or destroy. Put down those weapons of war forever. Every threat of war gone. Peace fills the earth, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord. Heaven is a real place, my friend. There will be real activities. Songs of praise and gladness cover the earth. Heaven is like no make-believe world. Isaiah 65 verse 17 reads, For behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered or come to mind. I'm glad that there are some things about this life that we will never remember. God gives us amnesia for evil, amnesia for wickedness, amnesia for sorrow, amnesia for disappointment, amnesia for pain. It is a cosmic amnesia that God gives you and me. We will forget all about the bad things that have ever happened to us. Heaven is a place filled with joyous memories. Isaiah 65 verses 21 and 22, they shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat their fruit. Just think of it. Just imagine this. The best architects of the ages will be there. They will draw the plans for your dream home at no charge. All of the most outstanding building materials in the universe will be there, and they will be at your disposal free of charge. Angels will even help you build your own house if you want them to. And the rest of that text reads, they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree, so shall the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Whoa, friend, what about fellowship and friends? One of the greatest joys of heaven will be fellowshipping with our friends. Now listen to this. Heaven would be boring if I had my house and nobody else was there. Heaven would be boring indeed if there was nobody to enjoy it with. Matthew 8 verse 11. And I say to you that many will come from east and west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Wow. We're going to sit down with the great spiritual minds of the ages. Just imagine. God's heroes of faith from throughout the ages will all be there. The Bible worthies we have only read about and never ever met will be there. Just think what it's going to be like. I'm working in my garden one day and I see a man walking down past me in the street. And I say, hey, that looks like, could it be, are you Adam? Yes, I am Adam. I've been admiring your large ears of corn in your garden. Do you want one? It'll feed the whole family. And Adam looks at my strawberries and says, I've been admiring your strawberries. Adam comes over and we sit down and we begin to talk about life and share the joys of Jesus together. And then one day I meet Moses. Moses who received the 10 Commandments written by the very hand of God. Moses and I talk about what it was like to go through the Red Sea and the faith that it took to walk into that water. We talk about what it was like to lead the children of Israel 40 years in the wilderness. I meet Daniel, and he tells me about the lion's den and how he experienced it. And I say, Daniel, were you afraid? And he responds, I trusted God completely. Heaven is a place of fellowship. Fellowship with the angels, the cherubim and the seraphim. Fellowship with great minds of the Bible and men and women of all ages. It's a place to fellowship with Peter, James, John, and Paul. And most of all, heaven is a place to fellowship with Jesus. Because one day you and I will meet the Christ who died for us. Christ who had nails driven through his hands for you and me. Christ who had a crown of thorns placed around his head for you and me. Christ who shed his blood for you and me.